I know it's been a year. I was stuck in Ohio temporarily. Don't worry, it only gets worse from here. Urusei Yatsura, a manga name I'm surely messing up right now, recently got a adaptation by David Productions. If you don't know what either of those are, Urusei Yatsura is a manga focusing on one boy after he accidentally proposes to an alien, and David Productions is an animation studio best known for JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Yeah, they did the anime adaptation for Pride Month. There, I've done the funny. Do I qualify for the Pride flag discount now? So what's the story like? Well, you watch as a poor man suffers through the horrors of electronic stimulation to the testicles. Meet Lum, a literal demonic alien who tried to take over the Earth, lost a game of tag, and then married her opponent because he made a mistake and then worded himself properly, much like me explaining my type of woman to my parents. They think I'm into pregnant women now. I don't even know how they got that when I was describing Biscuit Oliva. Just think of him, but as a woman. I would put up a disclaimer here, but let's face it, I'm an Elden Ring player. And anything at this point is better than being attracted to a girl who's built like the average demon in a romance anime. I forgot what we were talking about here. Alright, it's her. Well, on the topic of character design, she's built like an actual teenager, and not Biscuit Kruger, who is 57 by the way, and looks like this. And here's what she's supposed to look like. If I had nickel for every time a character with the first name of Biscuit was muscular as hell, I'd have 2 nickels. It's not a lot, but it's weird that it's happened twice. Anyways, I like Lum. She's energetic, has some of the best moments in the series, and is not utterly graining to the ears. Now we get on to the main character of the series, Ataru. Ataru is the average male prick who watches Joe Rogan and Andrew Tate. Despite not having any signs of wanting to game end himself, a monk whose only trait is that he's insane pushes him off a bridge because he thought that Ataru was about to do the entirety of Sen's Fortress in one run. To people who actually do that, don't be afraid to reach out. There are people who care about you. It gets better. Anyways, how does he get punished for committing one of these 7 deadly sins, you may ask? Well, Monica, equipped with Red Hot Chili Pepper from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, constantly shocks him, while the Wonder of You from the same anime curses him forever. Now do I qualify for the discount? Please, I need this. You don't understand. My neighbor constantly plays Tom McDonald songs out his window, and me and the landlord have formed a temporary alliance. Neither of us like each other, but we hate this guy even more. Alright, that's most of the main cast, minus this monk. He's not Gold Mask though, so he's not worth talking about. Despite being the cause of Ataru's suffering 99% of the time, he's only on screen for a combined total of 2 minutes. His sister and his niece get more screen time than him. Yes, that's right, I'm reviewing an anime with not even 5 episodes out. Why? Because I messed up. There's 4, possibly 5 episodes out when I'm writing this sentence. If you're listening to this, it means the change I made to the script was permanent, and I was reading something else while the rest of this anime came out. Trust me, there will probably be a part 2 to this video in early 2023. To go over an anime without talking about the animation is like going over Elden Ring without saying that you are, in fact, maidenless. I see you sending over the equivalent of the doll devil from Chainsaw Man. You disgusting degenerates. The animation most of the time is good. The colors have a tendency to go sicko mode. Makes sense, since this anime was again done by David Productions. It also has one of my favorite intros of all time. This intro gets a blue out of a blue. Where I come from, that's a 10 out of 10, baby. Anyways, let's get back to talking about the animation. The animation is very clean and really gives you that mafia torture video feeling. I have witnessed many things in my life, but this is just sick. In all honesty, I think I've run that joke into the ground, so let's continue to talk about the animation. It's pretty good, like most of David Productions' work. Yeah, it falters in some areas, especially in episode 2, where some things are better animated than others. A lot of it looks really good though, especially the part in episode 2 where Ataru gets a botched exorcism, which summons Death, who does his job. How exactly does our boy get out of this situation? Hot girls. I've tested this too. It cures cancer as well. So if your boy is suffering from non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, just take him to the club. Now we have to talk about one of the more inconsistent aspects of the show. Its humor and writing. I say inconsistent because I'm nowhere near qualified to call either of those things bad. You see, years of watching Austin Powers has slowly corrupted my sense of humor, to the point where I find half the stuff in this anime funny. I also find this funny.
Dear Mr. Douchebag, we all agree that you are a dumbass. Why can't you see that?
Why exactly do I want to talk about this? Because I want to bring this up. The humor and the writing with the show is really inconsistent with me. When it comes to jokes, I find a lot of them pretty funny. The jokes themselves are basically the comedic suffering of our main character. Don't get me wrong, while I do feel bad for the guy, he kind of brought this upon himself. He needs to learn to accept the torture of cock and ball. The characters from this show range from I want more of them to I want to aura them out of existence. Take these two, for instance. They play a big role in episode 2B, and for how long these two stay, I absolutely never want to see them again in my entire life. If you are wondering why I hate these characters so much, well, it has a lot to do with the fact that both of these guys are incompetent simps. They are morons, currently trying to make it big with a married woman, who also happens to be the daughter of a space demon king, thus making Gitaru King Gitaru of New South Wales. Well, you're probably wondering what my opinion is on every other character. Well, I like them all. That includes Lum as well. So you might be wondering what happened to cause me to hate these two specifically. Well, it's probably because they aren't that funny and I'm getting whiplash from the fact that they introduce 3 to 4 characters in this episode. If you're wondering why they did that, we have to talk about the show's pacing. The show is going at a world record pace of 6 manga chapters per episode. If you're wondering why that is, here's a tweet from a guy who was a fan of the 80s anime. To summarize, it feels like they're trying to introduce every character at once. I couldn't have said it better myself. What I could have said better was the Splatoon fandom's jokes about the one fish from Splatoon 3. There are hundreds of better jokes that you could have made, and you octopus-loving, the deep-looking ass aliens chose the worst one. May the Buddha himself have mercy on your soul, because God's not gonna save you. The next time you're playing Splatoon 3, make sure you don't see a black inkling with an afro and a really nice suit on, because that means I'm locking down the entire area. Where we're now? Oh yeah, the anime. There's moments in this show that make me laugh a lot more than most movies will in their natural lives. That statement did not make sense. Moving on. Several of the moments with Cherry, the monk, make me laugh audibly. Also, at one point during episode 2, he just leaves a campsite along with a random cat thing he just has. This came right after Atari 2600 over here decided to put a grade 3 cursed object onto a Jujutsu sorcerer who can only handle a grade 5. For anyone wondering what I'm talking about, you clearly don't watch any anime. Either you're too busy or you're waiting for the Owl House to air its final 2 episodes. If it's the latter, I'm sorry. I've watched around 5 episodes of that show and I see why people love it. But this is not about Disney, this is about Disney. Back to talking about Urusei Yatsura. I felt as if the beginning of the show got off to a slow start. I almost said shart, god damn it. I felt as if the beginning of the show had a slow start. It took a lot of time to get to the point where Ataru married Lum by accident. That's because of a game of tag, which shows Ataru's really bad luck. Or good luck, depending on how you view marrying a demonic alien with supercomputers for battleship. Anyways, I like what the show is going for, and seeing a filthy Andrew Tate fan get what he has coming to him, it always brings a smile to my face. Also, anything that was done by David Productions will always be good. I give this show an 8 out of 10 for being the first romantic comedy I watched that didn't make me yearn for the sweet release of death, like Heartstoppers, or turn me into a born-again Christian, like Heartstoppers. Seriously, both the show and the fandom are somehow ass. This video was sponsored by the United States military in collaboration with Japan. They are currently having a judo tournament with every new student getting taught how to do baseball chokes by our finest female soldiers. Sign up today at www.cheatengine.com, download it, and use Cheat Engine on your copy of Balloons TD6. I'll leave a link down below to show you what to do next. Next time, I will be reviewing a game called Your Boyfriend. Anyways, I'm definitely not an aimbot, and I'll see you guys next time.